I'm here at the Metroweigh booth with Colin, and we're going to take a look at this really nifty machine here, which is X-ray contaminant detection and quality control. Talk me through where we might see this in use and how it might be used, Colin.
Yeah, typically this is in the food industry, so most of the food industry will do some kind of foreign contaminant checking, whether it be a metal detection or X-ray. X-ray is the ultimate, because what you get with X-ray is you don't just detect metal, you detect glass, you detect stone and other contaminants. But more importantly than that, this can do a quality check. So it checks that everything is actually in the packaging. So if I give you a demonstration of what we're looking at.
We love a demo on this show. So what have we got here first of all?
We've got sushi, but we've got metal contaminants. And I don't know if you can see that, but it's extremely small. You're looking at less than 1 millimetre metal in there. And what we're going to see is if it will detect it. So if we just pass this through, and if you can catch it at the other end, and there we see. You can see on the screen there, it's detected every single piece of metal. Now, if that was inside the package, it would do the same. Here we have a glass, so we can detect glass as well. And then we can detect on various other products like this. So these are the typical packages that are going into the airline industry. But you want to make sure it's safe. But the additional factor with this is it will actually detect if something is missing in here.
So if one of those bits of sushi was missing.
Or even just this sauce. So if we take the sauce out and now pass it through again, you can see it's picked up and it said, I've got something missing. So what it does is it's not a person, it's not like the X-ray at the airports. This is fully automatic. It's got a reject system. So the reject system is there and that pushes towards the back and then it comes down into that bin at the bottom. And this can run it up to 1,000 pieces a minute, so extremely fast.
1,000 pieces a minute, that's really, really fast. So tell me, I understand where this fits on production lines, particularly when it comes to supermarket. Whereabouts are you seeing this applied in the onboard catering industry?
Anybody who prepares food for the airlines to ensure that safety and high quality of food. All the top retailers have already got these, the M&S's, the Tesco's, the BRC's implementation. But this is due diligence. But what it's doing is it's ensuring that you're getting that high quality food to the passengers and customers on the flight.
Okay, continuing the theme of high quality, come over here because Jeremy's got something. This is really quite new, isn't it? I know that you're kind of prototyping this. Tell me more about what we're looking at here, Jeremy.
It's basically a recipe system, and I'll just get it started. I've selected the product and it's telling me the ingredients. It does a lot more though than just monitoring the quantity of the different components. The most obvious feature you can see is we've got a picture there of what the dish is and as it builds up through the components. So it's really important about product consistency and ensuring we've got that, and you don't need to have your paper samples and your photos on the shop floor. It's all contained within the system. We've got it running in simulation mode here. This schematic is representative of the weighed pans on here, exactly, and it highlights which one is currently active, shows the current weight there on the screen, and it changes colour when it gets to the target. Now we also have a feature, it's just flagged up the next ingredient is an allergen, so it prompts the operator to take the necessary precautions. So it helps again with due diligence and ensuring that all of the product is maintained to a high enough standard and you've got the right quality there.
So this is going to be a typical packing station that you might say at a food preparation station where somebody is preparing 8 or so different meals at a time, picking just the right amounts, because each one of these is essentially a scale. And here with a traffic light system, you're able to make sure that you've got just the right amount of portion control. And also in terms of training, even I could work this.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's up to the users to set their own tolerances. So you've got that trade-off between the fine tolerances to get the consistency of the ingredients. But if you set them too tight, then it takes longer to actually make up each particular portion. So there is a trade-off there. And maybe as the operators get more used to the products, or as the product gets refined, you can adjust those tolerances to suit. It's all database driven, so we're also recording all of the data, so we can see who's been logged on. We know exactly what's gone into each individual portion, so we can extract out management reports to show us the throughput. We can look at individual operators, individual ingredients, and how well they're actually performing as a variance to target and weight, but also how quick they are to process.
So are you guys developing this, piloting this? Are you going to manufacture it? You're kind of like end to end?
Absolutely, absolutely. So this is the prototype model that we've actually had in production to get some feedback for. So it's gone down very, very well. It's been really well received.
Really interesting stuff, Jeremy. Thank you very much for chatting us through that, and of course to your colleague as well for chatting us through the X-ray machine there. So really interesting innovations again here on the show floor at WTCE from the guys at Metroweigh. Thanks a lot.